Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's edition of I Heard That. I'm your vibe mistress, Stephanie Renee, joined, as always, by my co-hostess with the mostess, Cherise.
Good evening.
And tonight we have been very much inspired and influenced by that amazing and incredible halftime show that was put on at the Super Bowl by Bad Bunny, Benito Ocasio. Because I hope by now that y'all have watched it over and over again, like I have, on all the various replays that are available, because it really was a love letter to Black and brown people in every particular aspect of it. And, you know, we have jokingly said over the course of these last 2 weeks, what is the big deal about somebody performing in a language other than English? And so Sharice and I wanted to lean in on that idea tonight for our usual theme, Say What? So that you can appreciate music that is in a different language than the one you probably speak primarily. And I would let Sharice add to that.
Yes, like it struck me as soon as this quote unquote controversy became a thing, because I'm like, we have had so many songs that were not in English that we sang along with anyway, that we enjoyed, and that we drove to the top of the charts as a nation. Multiple languages, not just Spanish, but absolutely Spanish is first amongst them.
Indeed.
So it didn't make any sense that people were so in an uproar. We know what that was about.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't about, have the most people don't speak this language. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Most people do know Spanish. And to the extent that Bad Bunny is the number one star in the whole wide world, like his music is up all the way up in multiple songs. I mean, this wasn't fluke. The Super Bowl picked an artist who has been topping the charts for years, quietly for me, because I didn't know who. I knew I've heard that name, but I did not know. I still don't know his music. And so for me, watching his performance on the Super Bowl was amazing, because it was like much like Kendrick Lamar's performance last year at the Super Bowl. It was so symbolic. There was so many symbols there, things that were familiar to me. I may not know the language, I may not know his music, but guess what? I recognize so many things in his performance. Why? Because my mind is not closed to anybody who is not like me. I mean, right. and honestly, Bad Bunny like me. And he is like me. So it makes sense that I could relate to it, and so many other people related to it.
Yes. Well, I want to say, for the people who are logging in and sharing, as on in the segments where Sharice and I are talking to each other and talking to you, we're going to leave your chat up on the screen. So feel free. Hopefully, you all can see your comments, and we'll be able to react to them in real time because they'll be on screen for everybody to see as you all are chiming in. But this, what you just said, Sharice, is my entire childhood. Like, I did not understand there was such division between quote unquote black and brown people until I came to Philly. Because in DC, almost all of the quote unquote black and brown people are from an island. They're from somewhere in the Americas. And
Right.
so it's family. It is what it is. You know, my great aunt Edith used to live in Adams Morgan. Now, we know that DC has undergone major gentrification, but my chocolate, which is why I wore my Chocolate City shirt for y'all tonight. My Chocolate City that I grew up in had everybody in the neighborhood, and everybody embraced each other. Now, my Chocolate City was not my grandmother's Chocolate City, though. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, this is part of the lament why I am now studying Duolingo so that Spanish can feel much more natural in my mouth again. But my grandmother got teased for her accent. All of my relatives, those on that ancestral level who spoke Spanish, stopped speaking Spanish because they said it was hard enough just to be black. You can't be black and have an accent. You couldn't be black and speak another language. So their reality was not my reality. And I'm thankful for it, because this embracing all of us, embracing all of who we are, embracing our shared history, which a lot of the music that we're sharing tonight is going to lean into some of that, is the only way that we continue to move forward. So I thank Bad Bunny for acknowledging his Afro-Latino roots, because that's important.
Yes.
And he gave a history lesson in 13 minutes on that Super Bowl field. So we are going to embrace that idea and share some songs with you in tonight's playlist that is about not having to understand every word as long as you feel the music, which is really what it's all about.
Stevie Wonder said, music is a world within itself with a language we all understand.
Come on and preach.
With an equal opportunity for all to sing, dance, and clap their hands. That means, and we all have experienced that, you don't have to know the language.
Right.
Let me tell you something. I sing songs in other languages and don't know the words until I definitely look up the translation in Google. It's very easy.
Yes.
But before that, I literally have phonetically gotten those lyrics down to a T, because it's not about me understanding it is about me understanding the language. But before I get the language, I get the vibe, I get the energy. And that song, there's something about that song that speaks to me even when I don't know the language that it's speaking. And I find that out for myself. That's another thing that I guess people don't want to do. I don't want to listen to it because I don't understand it. Well, go Google the lyrics.
Yep.
I did that for whole albums of different, and I'm not gonna say what groups or artists it was, because I don't know what Stephanie's sharing with us tonight. But I have done that for multiple languages, songs, for whole albums, artists, anybody who really speaks to me. The music speaks to me. Usually it's rhythmic music, but it's not always, but sometimes it's pop stuff too. And so that is the thing that I keep saying it. Music is a world within itself. And I totally agree with Stevie Wonder in that. And so again, you don't have to know what's being said. The only problem that anybody had with the fact that this dude was singing in Spanish is that he was not Cuajite.
And we will let that stand on its own. Thank you, everybody who is chiming in the chat, because this is really it's really the point. If music is a world within itself and a language we all understand, then we hope that you all will understand our selections on tonight's playlist. So now let's go ahead and get into the music. Sharice, I was delighted to see the first song that we're sharing from your list tonight, because we recently did an MTV show.
Yes.
And this was one of those songs that I learned phonetically because I was waiting for the video to come on.
Exactly. So like Stephanie said, this song could have easily, of course, when we're talking about MTV, there's thousands and thousands of songs that we could throw into that theme of a show. But so tonight, I try to choose songs that were in, again, languages that are not English, and that we, the listening audience, drove up the charts. And this song here was it was released in it was released in 1984. Again, MTV, peak MTV.
Yes, it was. Wow.
And it reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. And that's with it being a song that was released in German. Now there's an English version of it too, but the first version I heard was in German. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? Go ahead and release the English one. We ain't need it for what?
Nope.
So this and I don't, yeah. So yeah, the English version was kind of corny to me, because they changed it. It changed the vibe. You know what I'm saying?
It did.
And I like the German version better. The artist is Nena, and the song is 99 Luftballoons.
Yes, let's do it. Children of the 80s, go ahead and get your life.
Hast du etwas Zeit für mich? Singe ich ein Lied für dich von 99 Luftballons auf ihrem Weg zum Horizont. Denkst du vielleicht grad an mich? Singe ich ein Lied für dich von 99 Luftballons und dass sowas von sowas kommt. Kriegsminister gibt's nicht mehr und auch keine Düsenflieger. Heute zieh ich meine Runden, seh die Welt in Trümmern liegen, hab 'n Luftballon gefunden, denk an dich und lass ihn fliegen.
I heard that. Taking me back to middle school, Stephanie. Jamming out in the German. Now, I think I was more partial to Nena and to just the idea of lyrics in German because my crazy father was good for pulling out some random foreign phrase and just tossing it into regular conversation. German, French, just all the things. And I was like, what? And so, that's why I will say Danke regularly. Because that was my father. So I appreciate the fact that I was exposed to, such things very easily.
Well, we caught up. We caught up after a while once MTV started playing all these songs from different from artists in different languages. So yes. Oh, and yes, I had an issue logging onto the live from my phone.
Oh.
On YouTube. So, but I was able to get in there. It took a minute though. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, YouTube stopped playing. Okay.
Well, listen, since all of these conglomerates own everything, you never know if it is something we have done.
Right.
Just so y'all know. Thomasina, we've already had this conversation with Thomasina since Thomasina was our guest. If you missed our last show and tried to go on YouTube to watch it,
oh yeah,
Donald Fagen's publishers are the ones that filed a complaint about the song being on the show. Now, mind you, we put up all kinds of stuff on the bot. We never run these songs just period without talking about them, without encouraging people. These bots are the devil. And so I have filed a dispute.
I'll go back and add the list of songs now to the caption, the video description or whatever. I add that to it. So they still do.
So I have filed a dispute. They had 20 days to review it. Usually if we get dinged, they review the video and take off the ding almost immediately. So I don't know why, although clearly, if you've seen the Yacht Rock video, he's a little disagreeable anyway. So perhaps it was just that thing. Yeah, but I just wanted to let y'all know. I just wanted y'all to know. But thank you for that, Sharice, because that song is has a very special place in my heart.
Yes.
I met little Stephanie rocking out because that was me. Hardcore. But for my first song of the evening, it's a short song too. Listen, I thought the under 3 minute situation is not something new, depending on what era the song was released in. Exactly. That's what the kids are doing these days. And this song is 60 years old, and they were doing it back here too. But it is still Black History Month. And I was like, if I'm going to share songs that are in languages that I truly do not speak and generally don't even do phonetically, then I have to give love to some of our exemplars from back in the day. And I don't know that I was like Oprah, because Oprah really deep down in her heart thought that when she got her DNA results back, she was going to have some Zulu up in there. I don't think I ever had that misconception, but I have always been such a fan of South African music. And thankfully, South Africans have been very, very good to me. because South Africa loves house music.
Yes. Yes.
And so the feeling is musically mutual, I will say. But I think particularly since I saw Serafina, I went down a rabbit hole and I saw Serafina on Broadway. So the whole notion of how Hugh Masekela took a tragic story and turned it into this captivating musical.
Yes.
I was like, I need to understand how they build their harmonies and just how they incorporate their culture into the music. And so I'm not sharing a song from Mr. Masekela this evening, but I am sharing a song from his late ex-wife. And so if you know anything about South Africa, there are several different dialects that are spoken, but you know that colonizers, and yes, I'm saying it out loud, colonizers will do everything in their damn power to simplify something that's its own meaning is deeper, richer, more beautiful. They will shorten your name. They will, just all these things that take away.
They'll call you something altogether different from your name. Forget about shortening it.
You know, So I wanted to make sure that I picked a song that I couldn't mess around with.
Right.
It is what it is, and I'm just going to play it for you. Now, because I've looked it up, I can tell you that this was actually recorded in the 50s. It comes from a collection called The Complete 1950s Masters for Miriam Makeba. The song is Umqokozo, and it is a children's song that is about a red dress. So I thought how funny that we talk about red balloons and now we talk about a red dress. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy this piece by Miriam Makeba. I heard that. These buttons gonna stop messing with me. When I say turn on, I want it to turn on. Okay. But we are back and welcome. If you are just joining us, welcome to tonight's edition of I Heard That. Our theme for this evening is Say What? Volume 4. And tonight it is all about songs that are presented in languages other than English. Now, that doesn't mean that there won't be some English mixed in here and there,
right,
depending on the song.
right.
But the primary language is not English. And there are plenty of people who don't have problem listening to good music. So we are taking our cue from Stevie Wonder tonight, and we are letting these songs be our world within itself. And they draw us in, and hopefully you will enjoy them as much as we do.
That's right.
And so, yeah, so I thank you, Auntie Mary Alice. She said she used to listen to Miriam Makeba a lot. And that I mean, when I hear that song, and of course my throat being able to, the way they pop it, the cosa,
Yes.
it's so impressive to me. I want to learn how to do that. But to me, that song would easily live on Sesame Street.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Easily. When I heard that it was a children's song, I was like, oh, yes. And I can see some little Muppet in a red dress dancing through the rest of the Muppets and them all cheering her on. Like,
absolutely.
You didn't have to know that's what it meant, but you can feel it.
Right. Absolutely.
And so our next song up this evening is one that from a group that I had never heard of, but once I looked into it a little bit further, I fully understood. And Sharice got this one as a special recommendation. So it is her opportunity to introduce you all to this as well.
Yes. This part of the reason why the whole uproar over the Super Bowl performance being performed in Spanish was absolutely ridiculous is the fact that we have a whole culture of music that is not in English at all, and not in English and not in Spanish either. Is my screen freezing for you? My screen,
yes.
my camera keeps freezing. It's been doing that for a little while. I think I need to update my my laptop. So forgive me, everyone. If I freeze, I'm gonna try to be cute when I freeze. So you see something.
Do you see that somebody already guessed who it is?
Well, that is the person who.
No wonder. Okay.
That's my niece. Okay. So as soon as we came up with this theme, I said I wanted to get a song in the four songs in a different language for each one. And because I am tuned into what my kids love, because they mine.
Mm-hmm.
All I hear about from my nieces, these are my great nieces, is K-pop. They know the songs, they know the groups, they know the names of the members of the groups. It is very reminiscent of us with boy groups, and especially in the 90s when there were so many boy groups. And what I noticed when I was researching before I asked her for her song that she gave me, and I'm going to play tonight. I started looking around and listening to some of these songs and in the videos, watching the videos, and I was like, oh, this ain't nothing but the 90s again. And 98 Degrees, and of course New Edition, and the New Kids on the Block, and
Backstreet Boys, yep,
Boys, all of those, and I'm not just the choreography, but the swag, the dress. Well, New Edition was the blueprint for all those other ones. So here we go again, and they have a distinct. Look at this! Oh my goodness! Please don't ask me to translate. Okay. I
love the fandom. No, I love it deep down in my heart.
Listen, this girl here, this is my Lilo. Okay, her name is Jalen. She is going to a concert for one of these groups. I forgot which one it was. I'm sure she'll put it in the comments. Group it is going next week. To a K-pop concert. Her cousin has a vinyl album. Vinyl for a K-pop group. So, and there's a lot of them. There's a lot of
Yes,
them.
lots and lots and lots.
That R&B/pop type sound to their music and everything. So tonight, I'm sharing a song from a group called P1 Harmony. And this particular song debuted on the Billboard at number 23. Why are we mad about a daggone Spanish Super Bowl performance when we have not only that artist, forget about him. This group, who is one of many, debuted at number 23 on the Billboard 200 chart. Debuted. And they went there, they came in at the number 1 spot on the World Albums chart and number 1 spot on the Circle Album chart. I don't know what that is. That's a weekly chart. And number 1 on the Hamtail chart. I don't know what that is, but it's a chart. I go.
She's like, they're doing it regardless of whose it is. Yes.
Okay, number 3 on the independent album chart. So they were this album was just released in May 2025. And again, they oh my goodness. Listen, don't start asking me questions about
listen, I can't put that stuff up because I've already moved so I can cue up the video.
All right, y'all. Sorry. So this song is called Duh.
Yes.
And
another reason why I laughed.
The group is called P1 Harmony. Thank you, Jalen, for the suggestion and for introducing K-pop to our listeners, because I'm sure unless they have kids who are who are tweens and teens, they might not be exposed to K-pop yet. So thank you to my niece Jalen for bringing this to our attention. And here we have Duh by P1 Harmony.
Yes.
Spectacular drama, you like it. 보법이 다르지 펄떡 my stomping. Nobody 여기 봐 지금 hot like scene. 떡이기에 쳐넣어 bro please don't be stupid. I'm gonna get late to this party. 내 이름을 외쳐봐. 주인공은 나 don't you rush me. La 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 la. 관심도 없던 우리의 무대 놀랐겠지. Cause I got it like that. Oh I got it like that yeah. 난 모든 상상에도 그 이상일 거야. So follow me, are you ready? 누구야 너는 우리 top dog league. 우리를 새긴 plain white tee. 내가 원하는 이 자리가 first class seat. Who's that? It's me. 걔 누구야 내 phone sound so sweet. 여기 멋진 group 춤이 paint these streets. Take a piece with the G-O-A-T. Who's that? It's me. 떠거나 뺏기 가발 보내기 목금 상품들의 군중은 어울려 지는 던져줘 그 물고기 때는 몰려 빠르게 매진되는 가판대 위 안에 밑바닥에서 우리는 값을 돌려 Stalking 더더더더 법이 것도 없어 더블이 발걸음 뽀뽀 더 위로 더 우린 뽀뽀 때는 hit with 첨보지 take a picture 관심도 없던 우리의 무대 놀랐겠지 Cause I got it like that Oh I got it like that yeah 난 모든 상상에도 그 이상일 거야 So follow me are you ready 누구야 너는 우리 top dog league 우리들 새긴 plain white tee 내가 원하는 이 자리가 first class seat Who's that? It's me 걔 누구야 내 phone sound so sweet 여기 멋진 group 춤이 paint their sheets Take a piece with the G-O-A-T Who's that? It's me yeah. 빡빡 밀어 머리 방탕하긴 멀리 가축색 버린 자하게 미소 깜판 없이 팔아도 맛집으로 난 시작이 달라 하나도 뉴스 없어 매일이 갈라 show like 까놓고 봐봐 난 재미없어 그만해 그 따가운 그 술에 시끄러운 백문 전부 다 똑같은 걸로만 버티는 포타로 토마토 비스무리하잖아 내가 감춰졌던 진짜 타임은 yeah I don't want for nothing no 너는 우리 top dog league 우리를 새긴 plain white tee 내가 원하는 이 자리가 first class seat Who's that? It's me 걔 누구야 내 phone sound so sweet 여기 멋진 groove 춤이 paint these streets Take a piece with the G-O-A-T Who's that? It's me
heard this before. It's not way off from what we would want to hear, what we could listen to playing.
Not at all.
So I said it wasn't. The song that I picked wasn't too different from this one. Well, it had more of a groove, a funk groove to it, but pop was, we listened to pop music too. So
absolutely, and it fits in with all kinds of you understand why they would play it on the radio.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I mean, like. For all of the conversation that we have about the origins of hip hop or hip hop and pop mishmash, and it's clear why that's radio friendly.
Absolutely, it's clearly hip hop, R&B, all that influenced, yeah, and the music and their choreography, the way they move. You got some groups that are like, it's a bunch of them in the group. Like, yeah, they really do their thing over there with K-pop. Yes.
So they do. And I mean, it's a machine just like Motown was. Yeah. Right? Yeah. The idea of we're making hits. We are in the business of making hits. So we're looking for vocalists that have a particular look, that can dance, all of the ways that we celebrate pop music.
Right. And they what K-pop is all about. They weave the Korean in with the English. So you're like, wait a minute, I understood that. Like, what is it? White tea. I heard him say that. I heard white tea. So it kind of gets like, let me listen a little bit more closely, and I'll get the idea if I didn't get it. Yeah. What the song is about. So yeah,
absolutely.
I thought it was cute.
It was cute. It was cute. So we appreciate the suggestion. Thank you for expanding our musical horizons up in here.
Yes, thank you, Jalen, for your. Well, she was about to give me a list. I just need one, honey. Just one song. Yes, thank you to my niece.
Well, there was no way, if you know me personally, then there are certain things that if I'm given an opportunity to share, I'm going to share. Everybody who knows me knows I love a good show tune.
Yeah.
Everybody who knows me knows I love a good jazz riff. And in the jazz realm, what I am particularly fond of is big band music. So when I get a chance to put that stuff together and share it with you, then I am absolutely going to do so. And I am a huge fan of the Spanish language crooner named Rubén Blades. And it's not Blades. It's not Blades. It's Blades. He is Afro-Panamanian. He has made a career out of his storytelling in his songs. And he has released several salsa big band albums that I own and that I run regularly. But the song that I'm going to share with you all tonight is an example of how you feel the poetry of a thing, even if you don't understand all the words. Now, my Spanish speaking is rusty. My Spanish listening is excellent. So I understood what he was saying, but I'm going to share with you some of the lyrics to this song before I play it for you, so that you understand what I say when I say his poetic storytelling. If you didn't understand it in his native Spanish, I'm going to share it with you in English first. Okay. So then you can hear how it comes together with the music as well. This song is titled La Caina. So when I say that, I'm sure you already have an idea of what it's talking about. It could be sugar cane, but it's not. He's talking about a different kind of cane that also comes from the islands. But just the first part of this song says, she stirs you up and tangles you, sinner. After you embrace her, she devours you. You can't love Cain. You can't believe in Cain. You think you have her under control, but without her, you are nothing. And then it just goes on to dig in deeper to this idea of what this drug does to you.
Child, don't do it.
Yes, leave it alone.
Do it.
No te puede creer, no te puede querer. You can't love it and you can't believe in it because it will do you wrong. This is what the man is singing in this song. It is beautiful. So I go now to cue up for you this beautiful song, La Caina, from Rubén Blades, along with Roberto Delgado and Orquestra. Okay. Feel it.
Y te enreda, pecadora, después que te abraza, te devora. No se puede querer a la Caina, no se puede creer en la Caina. Tú crees que la tienes controlada, se puede querer a la Caina, no se puede creer en la Caina. No se puede querer a la Caina. Hay que tú crees que la tienes controlada, pero tú sin ella no eres nada, camarada. No se puede querer a la Caina. Se te ponen los ojos como un loco, no se te queda quieta, esta desespera.
That was good.
Thank you. He's good.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, I probably mentioned it because I think I played it on one of our early shows. But Rubén Blades is the one who actually wrote El Cantante for Hector Lavoe. The idea that you could put somebody's whole life story in a song and then gift it to them. Like, I wrote this for you. This is not for me to sing. This is for you to sing because this is your life. And he did so expertly. Is just one example. And the real joy in all of Ruben's songs, he'll give you the story in the body of the song, but the ad-libs are just chef's kiss. Because so after he said in the song, he was like, basically, don't think you can control it. Don't believe in it. Don't love it.
Right.
It'll do you wrong. She will do you wrong. In terms of talking about the cocaine, he said, try it if you want to. Lose your entire world up your nose. This is in the ad-libs.
Yes.
He's like, and then be visited by the CIA, by the FBI. Like, dogs will sniff it on you. Don't bring it here.
Yeah, they coming. They're coming.
The ad-libs were butter.
So, do it for yourself. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to help you out, you know.
It's just wonderful. And so and part of the reason why I love Spanish language music is because they can be talking about some heavy stuff in their lyrics, but it's always a party.
Right.
It's always a party. Generally, if it's slow, it's a love song. But they could be, one of my favorites from Buena Vista Social Club is Candela, which is talking about a chick who burned her apartment down because of the candles that she left burning in the window when she fell asleep. But the song is a party. Right. So you have to, like the idea of not fitting into a nice, neat box in terms of what a song is supposed to sound like and how you're supposed to deliver a message is one of the particular reasons why I love Spanish language music. So I just need to put that PSA in there as we are at our halfway point.
Yes, halfway they are.
Yes. And so if you are just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, our theme tonight is a familiar one. It's the very reason why this program exists, right? So I heard that comes from this idea that sometimes we think we heard something. We think we know what a song says, and it turns out we are very wrong. So tonight, we are leaning into the idea that you might not know a word of what is being sung in the song because these are songs being presented in languages other than English, but we want you to feel the music. And in that, there is understanding. As Cherise has reminded us of that amazing Stevie Wonder quote. So we are letting that guide our selections and guide our presentations this evening. And as we get into the second half of our programming, this song was humongous. So before Bad Bunny took over all the airwaves, there was another Spanish language song that everybody and their mama was listening to a few years ago.
Everybody swore they could dance salsa when this song comes on. I don't care. And let me tell you something. This song comes on no matter what event that I'm at. If there's a DJ, 9 times out of 10, this song is coming on. This song comes on at house festivals. This song comes on I was at a birthday party last month, and this song came on in the midst of every other song, and
the dance floor filled up.
These black people events. So this how you tell you that this music is black people music. So that was just me saying that, and so this song came. I didn't realize how old the song was until I actually looked up the information. This song came out in 1998.
Really? So he re-released it?
Probably.
He had to have, because I know that I was working at the radio station when I became familiar with it. So this is, or maybe people just started playing it again.
Yes, because the song hit. It topped the Billboard's Hot Latin Tracks chart for 6 consecutive weeks between May and June of 1998.
Golly.
6 weeks. 1998, and here in 2026, I was just dancing. I paid for it. But I was just dancing to this song like last month. Okay.
Yeah. I cannot believe that song's almost 20 years old.
Yes.
My Lord.
And it also, so it did it in what I say, it debuted at number 15. This is in 1998, and it peaked at number 84 in the US Billboard Hot 100. It was number 10 on the 1998 year-end Hot Latin Songs chart, and it reached number 98 on the UK iTunes Song Chart in 2023. Number 98 in 2023. The song is still being played in 2023.
And that's why I feel like it was only a few years ago. And clearly
Right.
I heard it when it was first released. But that's why I was like, it had to have gotten a revival because
anything can happen. If somebody did anything with this song on TikTok, that's what's gonna bring it back. Because that's why Encore came back. That's why Liberian Girl is I learned from the kids. They let me know what's going on. they go pull up a song from back when, and it gets a revival. So if anything happens to it with TikTok, of course, they gonna everybody again start doing what they think is the dance for this song, and that's it. That's it. The song, the artist. Well, a lot of people don't even know the artist's name is Elvis Crespo.
Yeah, and how can you forget that name?
Right. The song is Suavemente.
Yes. Let's hear it.
Suavemente, bésame, que quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez. Suavemente, bésame, que quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez. Suave, bésame, bésame, suave, bésame otra vez. Suave, yo quiero sentir tus labios suave, besándome otra vez. Suave, besa, besa, suave, bésame un poquito. Suave, besa, 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 suave, bésame otro ratito. Suave. Pequeña, échate pa' acá. Cuando tú me besas, me siento en el aire. Por eso cuando te veo, comienzo a besarte. Y si te despegas, yo me despierto de ese rico sueño que me dan tus besos suavemente. Bésame, que yo quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez suavemente. Ese coro, bésame, es la cosa. Yo quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez. Bésame suavecito, sin prisa y con calma. Dame un beso bien profundo que me llegue al alma. Dame un beso más, en mi boca cabe. Dame un beso despacito, dame un beso suave, suavemente. Bésame, que yo quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez, suavemente. Ese coro, bésame, es la cosa. Yo quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez. Hasta no, loco, cógelo, cógelo. Los labios tienen suave ese secreto. Suave. Yo beso y beso suave y no lo encuentro. Suave. Un beso suave, suave es lo que anhelo. Suave. Un beso tuyo suave es lo que quiero. Suave. Dámelo. Suave. Yo me pregunto, suave, ¿tienen tus besos? Suave. Trato de escaparme, suave, y me siento preso. Suave. Besa, besa, suave, bésame un poquito. Suave. Besa, 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 suave, bésame otro ratito. Suave.
That is a certified jam.
I promise. I promise.
A certified jam. And the thing that I find very ironic about all the complaints as it relates to that Super Bowl halftime show is that Americans in particular, and English in particular, borrows from everybody else's language. Now, you might not, if somebody said to you, Suavemente, you might not have immediately known what that means. But we all know when you call a person suave and debonair, you know what that means.
Absolutely.
It has a root. It has a reason why it's familiar.
Right.
If we took out all of the words that had Latin roots, you feel me? Latin roots in our English language, we would be in a deficit.
Right.
So people need to stop playing.
I agree.
And understand that we have been a hodgepodge, mishmash, beautiful gumbo of a culture since time immemorial. Embrace it. Dadgummit.
Read.
This stuff gets me hot, girl. It gets me hot.
Yeah, I ain't the only one that get on the soapbox, y'all, as you can see. Do your thing.
You know, and I'm not done. But Sharice and I share a very definitive love for the very large South American country of Brazil.
Absolutely.
And so there was no way, if we are going to do a show that presents songs in different languages, that we, because she and I, we're not going to have songs that were in Portuguese because it just is what it is. And particularly because very often when we are talking about Latin countries, we are thinking about anglicized Latino people. When Sharice and I think about Latin countries, we think about our family because that's what these folks either are or look like.
Yep.
And so this particular artist that I'm going to share with you is, I don't know how we can say the equivalent. He's at least like the Mariah Carey of Brazil. Like he's a super duper star for them. And so much so that just like all of the sampling that has been done of hip hop for our soulful classics, our rock classics that have gotten new life in the sampling world, Djavan's music has been redone by countless people. Countless. You have probably heard a little snippet of a Djavan song and didn't even know that it was his because it is so prevalent. It's like the everyday sound of contemporary Brazil. And I had no idea that he is as mature as he is because he's old enough to be our parent, Sharice.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know because he married his first wife in 1972. I saw that in the bio. I was like, what?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, he is about to turn 80. And I think it's in my head, I have the younger him, just he's emblazoned in my head. He is definitely, what? Thomasina, I will come back to this. I will come back to that quote at the very end of the show because it's appropriate. It's appropriate for the last one.
I don't want to say what I want to say, so I'm just going to probably be quiet.
So when Sharice and I had the pleasure of going to Salvador de Bahia, Brazil for Carnival, and today Janice wished us happy Mardi Gras at the very top of the program. So yes, it is Fat Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, ma'am.
And so those traditions that they celebrate in New Orleans are ancient in terms of how Carnival is celebrated in other parts of the world.
That's right.
And I've been to Rio as well. Rio's a little different, but Salvador might as well be West Philly because everybody looks like us. Everybody. And I am used to these images of Djavan as an artist. Over the years, Djavan had locks. So there was already an embracing of his Africanness in so many different ways. But wait till y'all see the picture that I pulled out to play along with his song tonight. So y'all know I also love a cappella. So I'm a fan of the Manhattan Transfer. However, they don't get billing in this song because this is from their album Brazil. But on this album, they are borrowing from all of the sounds that make that country as beautiful and wonderful as it is. And thankfully, they had the good sense. They did more than one of Djavan's songs on this album. But on this song in particular, they invited him to sing it. Nice. So they're basically singing background for him, which is how it should be.
Yeah.
So again, this version of the song comes from the Manhattan Transfer's album, Brasil. But this is Djavan's song, and it's called Capim. And I'll tell you a little bit more about what that means on the other side.
Acham que sim, enfim, levou o amor. Plantei pé de fulô, deu capim. Capim no vale, vara de goiabeira, na beira do rio, para me benzer. Mãe d'água sai pouquinho, desceu no ninho, que eu tenho carinho para me fazer. Capim no vale, vara de goiabeira, na beira do rio, para me benzer. Mãe d'água sai pouquinho, desceu no ninho, tenho carinho para lhe fazer. Pinheiros do Paraná, que bom tê-los como areia no mar. Mangas do Pará, pitombeiras da Borborema, ema, gemeu no tronco do Jurema. Cacique perdeu, mas lutou que eu vi. Jari não é Deus, mas acham que sim, que fim levou o amor. Plantei pé de flor, deu capim. bom tê-los como areia no mar. Mangas do Pará, Pitumbeiras, Borborema, Ena, Gemê, tropa do Jurema. E assim quem perdeu mais luta o que eu vi, Jari não é 10, mas acho que sim, que fim levou. Plantei um pé de flor, deu capim. I heard that.
I love that. I'm about to get this album.
So I believe he originally released it in the early 80s, and they had remade it by, I think, Brasil came out in 90.
Yeah, he released that in 82.
Yeah.
And Brasil came out in 87.
Oh, okay. So that's how much they liked it. They remade it right away. But for those of you who are like, okay, you might have a lot of thoughts about what that song is about, but Capim translates to grass. The whole song was really a love letter to Mother Earth. So I'm going to read to you some of the English translation of those lyrics. Grass of the valley, stick from a guava tree, at the edge of the riverside, I stop to bless myself. Leave this riverbed nest of yours for a bit, as I have some cuddling to give you. And it goes on to just talk about the different animals. And, it's not a long lyric because he repeats it. But the idea, he's like, you are not God, but they think so. You are what becomes of love. I planted a tree and it grew grass. So basically your way of showing that you love me is that you continue to replenish. You take all of these different things, the bark of the tree, the run of an animal, all these things, and that's how you show me you love me.
Nice.
Isn't that beautiful?
Very.
And I gotta say that as that is one of those songs that I learned phonetically, when I saw the actual Portuguese lyrics written out, I was like, oh, I was good. Like, just, it was phonetically, and people swear, when they first hear it, they think that Portuguese is exactly like Spanish. It is not.
It's not.
It is not.
It's simply different.
There are some words that are close.
Yeah, like left and right, and that's it. That's all I experienced. Left and right, that's it.
But other than that,
close.
Portuguese is its own. It's its own thing. But there are certain things.
Portuguese is even different than Portuguese. So,
yes. So So just appreciate the idea that you just heard a love song to Mother Nature.
Yes.
And you were smooth grooving to it.
Okay.
But I'm used to seeing Djavan with his locks. I had to pull out that shot of him, a younger him, with his fro, so you would understand what I mean. And wait, and here's the kicker: Djavan is biracial. You would never think it. Look, his father is Norwegian.
His genes didn't even put up a fight. You got it. Gone. You got it.
Right.
Like, I'm not.
He is his mama's child. That's all we need to say.
That's it.
Because look, I read that in the bio. I was like, what? Like, never would I have ever. This is why you can't assume, y'all. You can't assume nothing. If you have a question and it's respectful, you better ask. Do not assume a thing.
Or go Google.
Right. All the stuff. All right. So I've taken us to Brazil, and now we're going to be rooted there for Sharice's final song of the evening.
Yes, honey. We when we talked about we did world music before, we went to Bahia, and we gonna stay there again. This I became very I have a lot of affection for Afro Blocos, and Afro Blocos are bands in Bahia in particular who are all about Blackness. They were kind of like revolutionaries and through music. And this one in particular is one that I think they first marched in they were founded in 1979, and they first marched in Carnival in Bahia, which is not the same as what you would see in Rio.
Nope.
It's kind of like the positions are the positions of the band, and then the people who are spectating, but they're not spectating in Bahia, but the positions are different. They're switched. So like in Rio, you're in stands, and the parade comes through this in the middle, in the middle of the stands, which are on either side. But in Bahia, the parade goes through, and you're going through with it. Now you can stand on the side if you want and watch it as it goes by, but it's not just the parade, not just the bands, and they're not on floats. They're on 18-wheelers with tricked out with speakers on
double decker 18.
They have those giant ropes that they use for ships around. They create a space around these 18-wheelers, and if you're marching with that particular band, you have an abodá. I'm never going to forget that word, which means flag in Brazilian Portuguese. And basically is you have on whatever uniform you purchased for whatever day of Carnival that you are marching with them.
Yes, different outfits for different days.
Today is pink, tomorrow might be green, then blue on the next day. If you don't come out with the wrong shirt, because you ain't getting inside that rope. So it's very exciting. But they first marched in Carnival in the 1980s. And because of that, they grew exponentially, and they're as an organization, they're not a government. As I said, they are a revolutionary organization, not a government organization, and their root. So the other thing about Afro Blocos in Bahia, they usually represent a particular neighborhood. Like for us, it may be, think about like your favorite HBCU band and what school they represent, kind of like that. And so this particular group, Olodum, my favorite group, well, I ain't say my favorite because now I love them all, but Ile that's my heart. Okay, Ile is from Liberdade. And that's the neighborhood they're from. Now, Olodum, who I'm sharing tonight, is from Pelourinho. I can never say it right. It never feels right.
Just gotta take your time. Pelourinho, yes.
And if you've been to Bahia, we've been to both Liberdade and Pelourinho. Pelo. And in Pelo, there's the streets were all cobblestone. I hope it's still like that.
And at least 30 grade hills this is not a place where you want to go in your cute shoes because you will find yourself on your behind.
Unless you're from there, because they walk in heels.
Well, they all the time, but not usins.
You won't do that. All y'all ladies that brag about being able to run in heels feel like sneakers. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're gonna hurt yourself. So the song that I'm playing is this we don't have charts. You know, I was trying to let you guys know where these songs charted when they were out. So they don't have charts for this, but this song is a staple of Brazilian music. Olodum is a group that has had significant impact on global music, particularly through collaborations such as with my boy. Some kind of way he got to get in here, right? Well, Olodum is the band who played on Michael Jackson's "They Don't Care About Us."
Yes.
The video.
That yes,
that big drum and he banging it up. That's Olodum, and they're in Palo when they're doing that video, and so their style is samba reggae. They popularized that style, but you distinctly hear the African roots there, and Bahia has the second most retained African culture in the world behind the continent, the motherland. Okay. Mm-hmm. So this song is called Revolta Olodum, and it is one of the most iconic songs by Olodum, and it was released around 1990. Again, we talking like the songs that have lived through decades, you know, are songs that a lot of songs that live through decades are songs that are not sung in English, but yet they continue to connect generation after generation. The song was created as a powerful anthem against prejudice, racism, and social inequality, reflecting the group's roots in Pelourinho of Salvador as a form of cultural and political resistance. If you get the Google Translate the lyrics to this song Revolta Olodum, you will see them talking about Zumbi, who is like a hero to the Bahians, and other heroes that are significant to the history there. But that's all I'm gonna say on it. I want you to listen. It's a song that's catchy. I have this album. I have a few albums from Olodum, and so, but this one I wanted to share because it is one that again is completely sung in Brazilian Portuguese. But if you ever experience Carnival in Bahia, this is the song that you're going to hear, and you're going to hear a lot of songs like it, because there's a lot of pride in our history and our culture over there down there in Bahia. Yes. So yes, my last song, yes, very significant, very close to my heart. I can't wait to go back to Bahia when I get my back done. My actual back.
Oh, thank you for clearing that up.
My actual back done. It's called Revolta Olodum, and the artist is Olodum.
Yes.
Retirante ruralista, lavrador, nordestino lampião, Salvador, pátria sertaneja, independente, Antônio Conselheiro, em Canudos presidente, Zumbi em Alagoas, comandou, exército de ideais, libertador, eu sou mandinga balaiada, sou revoltas. Ô Curisco, Maria Bonita mandou te chamar. Ô Curisco, Maria Bonita mandou te chamar. É o vingador de Lampião. É o vingador de quem? De Lampião. É, eita cabra da peste, Pelourinho, Olodum, somos do Nordeste. Eita cabra da peste, Pelourinho, Olodum, somos do Nordeste. Eita cabra da peste, Pelourinho, Olodum, somos do Nordeste. Eita cabra da peste, Pelourinho, Olodum, somos do Nordeste. Eita, 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 taratata. Eita, eita, taratata. Eita, 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 taratata. Eita, eita, taratata. Ô Curisco, Maria Bonita mandou te chamar. Ô Curisco, Maria Bonita mandou te chamar. É o vingador de quem? De Lampião. É o vingador de Lampião. É, eita cabra da peste, Pelourinho, Olodum, somos do Nordeste. Diz! Eita cabra da peste, Pelourinho, Olodum, somos do Nordeste. Retirante ruralista, lavrador, é nordestino Lampião. Salvador, é pátria sertaneja, independente. Antônio Conselheiro, em Canudos presidente. Zumbi em Alagoas, comandou. Exército de ideais, libertador. Eu sou mandinga balaiada. Quem? Sou Malê. Sou Búzios, sou revoltas. Vai! Ô Curisco, Maria Bonita mandou te chamar. Ô Curisco, Maria Bonita mandou te chamar. É o vingador desdanado de Lampião. É o vingador de Lampião. É, eita cabra da peste, Pelourinho, Olodum, somos do Nordeste. Eita cabra da peste, Pelourinho, Olodum, somos do Nordeste. Eita cabra da peste, Pelourinho, Olodum, somos do Nordeste. Eita cabra da peste, Pelourinho, Olodum, somos do Nordeste. Eita, 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 taratata. Eita, 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 taratata.
I heard that.
I want to go back.
I just need to say to people who have never had a chance to experience that, I need you to feel, we see it a lot here in America when our sports teams win a championship, how everybody floods the street and it's ticker tape and it's drinking and it's partying. And that's Carnival. Multiple nights. And in Salvador, as Sharice was saying, it's not in one place. That whole mass moves. It is incredible. The shortest parade route for Carnival in Brazil, in Salvador, is 5 miles. That's right. The shortest route. There's a 5 mile, there's an 8 mile, and there's an 11 mile. So you cannot.
It's so hard.
I don't think I've ever been that tired in my life.
And did it
But it's
twice.
so worth
I
it.
did it twice, like a crazy person. Yeah.
But it is unbelievable. It is unbelievable.
It's a sight to see. It's a beautiful sight to see.
Yes.
And not just the whole mass of people move. It's not just like some people will decide to, like I said, stay in one place and watch everything go past them. But a lot of the people, if even those who are not inside that rope around these bands are marching along. So when we say it, when Stephanie said it's like your favorite team winning and everybody hits the street, it's a little bit more rhythmic than that, because there's absolute rhythm when you're moving with the, even if you're not inside the group, the bands, the people who are on the sides, the pipoca,
Popcorn.
Are marching. It's like you ain't just moving, you ain't running, you don't run. Well, how you gonna run? The people are packed. So the best way to move through the crowd, and we do that here too instinctively, when you're moving through a crowd at a music event, a festival, 9 times out of 10, when you're moving to the beat. So it's like 6 of y'all, you got your arms linked behind
Exactly.
making it through. So when you're marching alongside a band, you may march along this side of the band because that's your band, and then you might sit and wait and for the next band to come, or you may just decide to go along with it. It's absolute. It's like the culture that we know that it's, you know what I mean? But it's like you see us in a way that we could be. And so the HBCU bands, that's the best way I can think about it. And even the Divine Nine, the Black Greek lettered organizations, that is reminiscent of how I felt. It was like immersion culture. It wasn't like, oh, wait for these people to go online. Oh, wait for the football season to come and see these halftime shows. Oh, wait for the Battle of the Bands. It's not just carnival. It is everything. It's like you walk into a black world. And like Stephanie said, everybody looks like you. I don't care what shade of black you are. They look like you. And they will walk up on you and be talking to you and expect you to answer, because guess what? They look like you and you look like them, and they know you. You look like their cousin. Because you are.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
It's an experience. I say it all the time. Yes, my sister Tiffany, she's on the Forever Evolving.
Yes.
Ever since I went to Carnival, I've come back and I'm like, this is an amazing experience. It is one that is every person who identifies as Black should have this experience. Could you hear me, or was my
no, we can hear you. Your screen was just frozen.
Please stop sending me text messages. I'm not going to call out who it is. Please stop sending me text messages, because it's messing up my camera. That's what's making my camera freeze. Okay, don't message me right now. I appreciate you texting me, but please hold off.
Yeah, well, we love. Well, we'll get right into the final song of the evening, but it was fitting for this to come after that, because we are talking about our global family.
Yes.
On this show, and so you would have to know a little bit of something about Puerto Rico and its history to understand the depth of the beauty of what Bad Bunny did with that halftime show. But part of what was included intentionally in that 13 minutes and on the album, of course, that facilitated this, is the history of Africanness on the island and throughout the Americas.
Right.
And so you will hear people toss around the terms bomba and plena all the time. Most people have no idea what that actually is.
Right.
That is Black presence in Puerto Rico. Bomba is a dance that was a dance of resistance.
Right.
The Africans who were enslaved in Puerto Rico danced stories about what was going on in their community. They used the same way that capoeira is done in Brazil. There are examples of this throughout the African diaspora. And so that's why it's fitting for us to be here and share all of this with you in our final show in Black History Month 2026. So bomba is dance. Plena is the music. And plena, we understand in Black Americanness as call and response. All right? So bomba, resistance through movement. Plena, storytelling in the song.
Yes.
There's nothing Blacker than that. And so in this particular group, I was really disappointed, but not necessarily surprised. This album was released on the Smithsonian Folkways label. So they had a vested interest in preserving the sound of the music, but nowhere could I find these lyrics translated, which I find amazing. But again, in the times that we are living in, maybe they existed at some point on the internet, but there are forces that don't want us to communicate in this way. So the fact that this song is a plena, which I've already explained to you, is the call and response of the African presence.
Yes.
Telling our story. The chorus of this song, I will translate for you. It says, Campo yo vivo triste, which means land, my country, my people. I am living here sadly. Cada día sufriendo más. Each day, I suffer a little more. Ay Dios, desde la venir. So, God, until your return, until your coming. Si no hay esta bomba, me voy a morir. If there is no bomba, I'm going to die. Yes. We know how much our ancestors here in this country, on this land, sang in those fields because it kept them. This is the Puerto Rican equivalent of those spirituals, those work songs that our enslaved ancestors on these shores sang. So I want you all to feel that sense of connectedness as you listen to this. The group is Los Pleneros de la 21. So Pleneros, they are musicians that play the plena, right? You getting, this is all intentional. On Bad Bunny's album, he had Los Pleneros de la Cresta. So there are groups from different neighborhoods, just like Sharice told you about Pelourinho and Liberdade. It's the same idea. They represent their hood.
I love it.
And they sing these songs. So this song is not a dance number. I'm just letting you know, I want you all to feel the intentionality of this. I've already told you what the chorus says. So I want you to hear that in its native Spanish, but know that at the root of it all, as we know, at the root of it all is Africa. Right. This is Campo.
Campo yo vivo triste, cada día sufriendo más. Ay Dios, ¿qué será de mí? Si no bailo esta bomba me voy a morir. Campo yo vivo triste, cada día sufriendo más. Ay Dios, ¿qué será de mí? Si no bailo esta bomba me voy a morir. Esta es la bomba que suene también el cual, para que Eugenia y Paquito ya desde el cielo la puedan bailar. Campo, campo, yo vivo triste, cada día sufriendo más. Ay Dios, ¿qué será de mí? Si no bailo esta bomba me voy a morir. Hoy los pleneros ya te tocan bomba, pero bomba que de verdad. La bomba puertorriqueña, yo te juro que te va a gustar. Campo, campo, yo vivo triste, cada día sufriendo más. Ay Dios, ¿qué será de mí? Si no bailo esta bomba me voy a morir. Campo es mi tierra y es el campo santo donde el dolor te embargará. Más quedarán los recuerdos de aquel querido que nunca vendrá. Campo, campo, yo vivo triste, cada día sufriendo más. Ay Dios, ¿qué será de mí? Si no bailo esta bomba me voy a morir. Yo cantaré la bomba, la cantaré, y bailaré esta bomba aunque me muera. Yo cantaré esta bomba, yo cantaré, y bailaré esta bomba aunque me muera. Yo cantaré esta bomba, la cantaré, y cantaré esta bomba aunque me muera. Yo cantaré esta bomba, yo cantaré, y bailaré esta bomba aunque me muera. Yo cantaré la bomba,
That was great. I love that.
And I bought the album because I was just really interested in hearing the traditional music. I got to that one and I had to just sit down. Like the and especially when you do know what they're saying. But listen, she said, "Yo cantaré la bomba. I will sing the bomba. I will dance the bomba." This is where it's in my heart. It's in our people. And to sing about the land. One thing I feel obligated to say, we say that Puerto Rico is America, and that is true on a technicality.
Right.
The same way that DC is our nation's capital on a technicality, right? Puerto Rico is a colony. So when we say colonizers, we know exactly what they mean. The significance of Bad Bunny starting his halftime show in the high grass and sugarcane is a testament to what America did to the indigenous peoples on that island. And the reason why them singing Campo is so moving for me is they are talking about the land. It was their land. The same way indigenous people here, it was their land. They subsequently got moved, subdivided off of, losing rights to, and now everybody's fighting to have some say in what happens. So Puerto Rico is an American colony with very few of the rights that are afforded American citizens, supposedly, here on the mainland. DC is our nation's capital with no voting member of Congress and no say over their municipal budget because that's decided by Congress.
Right.
So who has the say, who has the rights, even if you have citizenship?
Right.
Is up for discussion and will have to be fought for. There's no easier way to say it. So we shared this conversation with you all musically today, but the reality of what's happening on the ground for people in all of these places that we have shared music from tonight is significant. And we cannot just get so caught up in the music that we don't understand the politics that prompt the music in so many different ways. So I'm stepping down off my soapbox now, and I'm turning it over to Sharice to run down the music that we have shared with you tonight. So hopefully you will go out and support it.
Exactly. And might I want to add that the United States does not have an official language.
Amen.
And if they did, it probably wouldn't be English if it was based on the anyway. So we don't have an official language. So to be all up in arms about the Super Bowl halftime performance being performed in a language that was not English is absolutely preposterous. It's shenanigans. Foolery, if you will. Because this nation has put at least 6 of these songs that were not sung in English, and we didn't even go over some of the obvious choices for songs that were not performed in English that hit the charts when they were released and then again after.
Yep.
Richie Valens.
Right. La Bamba.
Y'all sing that to the cows come home, but you offended?
Look,
really.
and run to Taco Bell to order quesadillas and fajitas and other foods.
I cannot wait till May 5th of this year and see how many people are still pissed off at Spanish speaking folks. They cheering for them getting kidnapped off the streets, and yet they love their cuisine. What? Anyway, because listen,
Sharice and I can both soapbox, but we know you've heard it, and we will channel it into a different space at a different time as
Yes.
we close tonight's
So
program.
tonight's theme, as you may have picked up if you weren't here from the beginning, is say what number
Yep.
4.
Say what?
Number 4. And we featured songs that were performed in any other language than English. People who speak multiple languages probably smarter than people who don't. I'm just gonna say that it ain't easy to learn another language. Anyway, we started with 99 Luftballoons from the artist Nena. This was I believe it was an album that was this was a title track from her album, which was released in 1984. Then we had, I think I spelled this wrong. Oh, either they auto corrected it and I'm just now seeing it, but I see Umqokozo.
Yeah, Umqokozo.
Yeah, I'm missing the letter. I'm gonna have to go back because and that was from Miriam Makeba. And the album is called The Many Voices of Miriam Makeba, which was released in 1962. Then we had Duh by P1 Harmony. Courtesy of my niece I'm sorry, I call her Lilo, Jalen. And the album is called Duh, and it's actually an EP.
Mm-hmm.
How do you hit charts like that with an EP in 2025? That was when it was released.
Hey.
In Korean. That was from K-pop, so that was in Korean. 99 Luftballoons was performed in German. Miriam Makeba's song, she's, as you know, she's a South African artist, so we came there with that. I don't know what language. I don't want to say
It's
it was
Kosa.
What?
Kosa.
Kosa. Okay.
Yeah. XHOSA. Kosa.
Yes, gotcha. And then we had, after Dub, we had La Caina from Rubén Blades and Roberto Delgado and Orquestra. The album is called Son de Panamá, which was released in 2015. And of course, that was in Espanol. Then we had Suavemente from Elvis Crespo from his album of the same name, and it was released in 1998.
I still can't believe that. Is so crazy to me.
Yes, 1998, and hit the charts immediately. 6 weeks. Okay. 6 weeks on the top of the charts. Then we had Capim from Djavan and the Manhattan Transfer from their album called Brasil, that was released in 1987. His original song that was just his, that they just loved so much. The song is on the album Loose, which was released in 1982. Then we had Revolta Olodum from Olodum. This song was released on their 1990 album called Dupla, and I have it on the Best of Olodum, which was released in 1994. Mm-hmm. And then we had Campo from Los Pleneros de la. Is it 21?
21. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because they only have the number, and I'm like, that don't really fit.
Because they didn't want people to struggle with it. If you said 21, right, it'd be fine.
Yeah. And that's from their album Para Todos Ustedes, which was
for all of y'all.
2005. Yeah, for all of you. all of y'all. All of y'all. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
2005 that was released. And that's it. Those are the songs that we shared today. We hope that you didn't feel like you needed to find Google Translate, but I encourage you to translate the lyrics on all these songs because we did have fun. We had some fun, and then we also had some roots in there, and that you can appreciate. So I encourage you to do your Google Translate, look it up. The list is going to be on my post. It's going to be on this post once I add it. I mean this channel and on my channel too on YouTube. And look it up.
Yes. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sticking around with us to the end. We keep saying that we're going to try and make these things shorter, but then we get these subjects that we're passionate about, and we extend a little bit. But we thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share on the YouTube channel. Please let folks know the kind of culture that we are sharing on the program and invite them to join us next time. So Lord willing, in 2 Tuesdays, we'll be back doing this again, and we hope you will join us again at that time. We appreciate y'all so much.
Yes, thank you very much. Good night, Auntie Mary Alice. I don't think I acknowledge you on this thing. I have to say hi to my aunt every time.
You do. It's mandatory.